अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप लोग ठीक होंगे और विंटर 2020 एंजॉय कर रहे होंगे। दोस्तों, लाइफ एक ब्लेसिंग है जो हमें ऑलमाइटी अल्लाह की तरफ से मिली है और ये हमें सिर्फ एक दफा ये ब्लेसिंग एंजॉय करने का मौका मिला है। तो हमें ये जिंदगी ऐसे गुजारनी है जैसे कि आपकी डिजायर है, जैसे कि आप गुजारना चाहते हैं। यस, under the framework, under the guidelines given to us by Almighty Allah, but without placing any boundaries around ourselves. We need to enjoy our life. We need to live our lives up to the maximum potential. We need to live it to our full potential and enjoy our lives in the manner we want to, because our creator have given us this freedom, and this blessing is not going to be received again. This is a one time opportunity. Do not place any boundaries around yourself. Do not listen to negatives. What you want to achieve in your life, if there is any idea in your mind, if you want to do something, go for it. If you are the first, you can set the trend. If you are the follower, there are people who have already done it. But believe me, there is nothing in life which is impossible. Almighty Allah have blessed us with such strengths. अल्लाह ने हमें ऐसी ताकतें और ऐसा पोटेंशियल दिया है कि इंसान का जहन जो सोचता है, हमें माइंड जो सोच सकता है, जो आपकी जहन में आती है बात, वो अचीवेबल है। अपने जहन में बाउंड्रीज और लिमिटेशंस प्लेस करके अपने इस पोटेंशियल को जाया मत कीजिए। आज हम आपके साथ करियर कंसल्टेंसी सीरीज की वीडियो शेयर करने जा रहे हैं और आज का हमारा टॉपिक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग। वी आर गोइंग टू समराइज द 7 हैबिट्स ऑफ हाईली इफेक्टिव पीपल, द बुक रिटन बाय स्टीफन कॉवे। यू शुड लिसन आवर वीडियो टू द एंड। और हमारी आज की वीडियो सुनकर हम आप जान सकेंगे, समझ सकेंगे वो 7 हैबिट्स, वो 7 आदत जो अडॉप्ट करते हैं वो लोग जो अपनी लाइफ के अंदर कामयाब होते हैं, जो अचीवर्स होते हैं, जिन्होंने लाइफ के अंदर अपने ड्रीम्स को फुलफिल किया होता है। वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस दोज हैबिट्स विद यू in an easy to understand and effective manner. So we hope that you will enjoy our today's video. Stay tuned till the very end. And if you have any questions, you can always get in touch with us. Our mobile number, which is visible to you on the screen, 0322 666 0540. Our official email ID, it is Hamza ICAP 110 at gmail.com. Our Facebook page, our WhatsApp group, our YouTube channel. We always love to hear back from you guys. And our objective is to enable you to fulfill your dreams, is to convert you into doers. Do not place boundaries around yourself. Our Creator has blessed us with great potential and we need to realize that potential. So, friends, let's start. The first habit that Stephen Covey discusses with us in his book is being proactive. Being proactive basically requires us to take the charge, to take the responsibility, and to focus on the circle of influence that is in our circle of concern. And by focusing on what we can do, we will be able to change the dynamics, we will be able to have an impact on our lives. Stephen Covey says that it is our willing permission, our consent to what happens to us that matters, that hurts us far more than what happened to us in the first place. Your reaction matters. How you see the life, how you react to different circumstances in your life, how you make your decisions, how you make your choices matters the most. You are the one who is accountable, you are the one who is responsible, you are the one who can respond to circumstances, and you have to take the charge. Be proactive rather than being reactive. Rather than complaining, take command of things that are under your control, work on those, and believe me, you will be able to improve yourself and live a better life. Be the doers, in fact, of complaining. Work on what is under your influence, and you will be able to influence others. You will be able to influence the world. You have been blessed by Almighty Allah, and you need to realize that. In order to be proactive, we must focus on our circle of influence under our circle of concern. Challenge yourself to test the principle of proactivity by following actions. Start replacing reactive language with proactive language and identify your responsibility and responsibility. Take the charge. So, friends, now let's move to the second habit that Stephen Covey discusses with us in his book, and that is begin with the end in mind. Begin with your objectives. If you are unclear about your objectives, you will never be able to achieve those. Whether you are an organization, whether you are a company, whether you are an individual, how you have to start, you have to keep the end in your mind. It is incredibly easy to get caught up in an activity trap in the busyness of life, to work harder and harder at climbing the ladder of success, and only to discover at that point of time that it's leaning against the wrong wall. Can you imagine yourself? Can you visualize yourself that you spend your whole life in a direction, working harder and harder, but at the end of the journey, you have realized that this is not what you wanted to do in your life, that this was not your dream, this was not your passion, this is not your objective. So you should begin with that end in your mind. Visualize in rich detail your funeral, how it will be, who will be attending it, what you want people to be commenting about you at that time, what you want to have accomplished at that point of time. Imagine that you have only 10 days or 30 days remaining in your life. What will be you doing at that point of time? If you had that limited time, what will be your top priorities? What you want to do in that time is basically what you should start planning now. Break down different roles in your life and write down an objective in each of those roles. That role might be that of a husband, that role might be that of a father, a son, a role in the community you live, a role in your religious beliefs, a role in your career, a role in your professional lives. Visualize yourself in the roles you want to see yourself and set an objective for yourself in each of those roles, and that will enable you to visualize your objective, and then you can formulate strategies to achieve those. Overcome your weakness and fear. If the end is in your mind, you will be able to focus on the right things. The third habit that Stephen Covey has discussed with us is put first things first. He says the challenge is not to manage time, but it is to manage yourself. Effective people, what they do, they place more important, more focus on things that matters the most, but might not be most urgent at that time. We are consumed by our routines, and if we do not plan our times, if we do not plan our targets, we might spend most of our time as firefighters. The key is not to prioritize your schedule. Understand, the key is not to prioritize your to do things, but to schedule your priorities. Keep the end in mind, then devise a strategy, and then plan your time so that you are able to work on those things that matter the most to you, having a proactive approach. And then you will be able to achieve in your life what you want to achieve. So, friends, what we have discussed so far is being proactive rather than complaining. Take the action, take the charge, visualize yourself, write down your objectives, visualize the end, develop your long term vision, then develop a strategy, and then plan your time. You will be effective if you know that what you want to achieve in the long run, what is your final destination, and then devising suitable strategies that will enable you to move you towards your goal. Every action that enables you to move one step closer to your goal, then you need to be putting focus on those. Think win win. To go for win win, you not only have to be nice, but you have to have the courage to listen first, to understand others. Think about an upcoming interaction in which you have to argue and discuss and agree about something. Visualize what the other party might be willing to offer. And then what Stephen Covey suggests. In order to be successful in that upcoming agreement, visualize what might be the interest of the other person and how you can offer to achieve and enable that person to meet his interest so that you are able to achieve your goal, and the person who is working with you, who is in interaction with you, who is in collaboration with you, is also enabled to achieve his goals. Then you are an effective people, then you are an effective person, then you are an effective individual if you are creating win-win situation, not win lose or lose win, not compromise your interest or the interest of other parties. Discuss openly and synergize basically so that both of you are able to achieve your objectives. And if you are able to create win-win agreements, then it will not only be a transition, but it will in fact be a transformation and build long-term relationship for you guys. You will be able to build strong relation with each other and work with each other in the longer run. That will matter the most in the longer run. So think about win-win situation in order to be effective. So first one was being proactive, second was keeping the end in your mind, then prioritize your schedule, and the fourth we have discussed is think to create win-win circumstances. The fifth habit is seek first to understand and then to be understood. You spend years of your life learning how to read, how to write, and speak. But what about listening? You have to build the skills of empathic listening on the base of character that inspires openness and trust. Friends, do you know? Communication experts suggest that our body language basically is the 60% of our communication in any given circumstances. The body language matters the most in any communication. When we are able to present our ideas clearly and in the context of deep understanding of other people's concern, of their priorities, of their needs and concerns, then we significantly increase the credibility of our ideas because we are linking our ideas, our goals, our actions with the objectives of the other people, and basically we are creating a synergy. We are creating a win-win circumstances, and that will enable you to build your relationship in the long run. Synergize. This is the sixth habit that Stephen Covey talks about. He says that synergy allows us to create new alternatives and open new possibilities. Without doubt, you have to leave the comfort zone of base camp and confront an entirely new and unknown wilderness. What we end up when we think about win-win circumstances, when we seek to understand first, is that we are able to create a situation where our goals are aligned, where our objectives are aligned, and together everyone achieves more. What we end up is not a transition but a transformation. Both sides get what they want and they build the relationships in this process. Through openness, willingness to listen and understand first will enable you to view new horizons and opportunities. Together, everyone achieves wins and more. So, synergize. And what is the seventh and the last habit that Stephen Covey suggests is sharpening the saw? Is mastering your own self. If we divide the habits, the first three were related to personal mastering, improving yourself, improving the version of yourself, and the next three habits were related to people management, were related to leadership, were related to your role in the community, your role in the organization. And the seventh habit is basically sharpening your own version so that you can perform better in all of those six habits. There are basically four dimensions of our nature that need attention. Our physical dimension, we need to do exercise, eat well, rest. Spiritual dimension, pray, communication with our creator, meditation, yoga, spend time with nature. Mental dimensions, reading, learning, spending time with a mentor, thought process, and re-evaluation of where you stand and where you see yourself and where you want to see yourself at the day of your funeral, where you want to see yourself at the end of your life. Social and emotional, strengthen the relationship with people, because if you understand others, if you create win-win situations, if you see and serve the interest of others, if you're one who is able to create long-term relationships, if you're one who is able to influence others, who is able to convince others, who is able to understand others, motivate others, take people with you, then you are the leader, and then you will be able to achieve what you want to in your life. So, friends, these are the seven habits that Stephen Covey talks about. We hope that you would have enjoyed our video. Stay tuned with us. We will keep you posted about new techniques, business ideas, career consultancy series, and technical content as well. Take good care of yourself and your families. If you are not already subscribed, please do subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Take care. Bye. Allah Hafiz.